Is there more upside for Bitcoin and Litecoin coming? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Wednesday. We're going to take a look at the charts, starting out with Litecoin, moving on to Bitcoin. And then at the end of the video, we're going to take a look at that Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart, where I believe we're going to hit at least 46,000 by the end of the year. So definitely stick around and check that out. Also, I want to give you guys a reminder. In the description box below the video, there is our free Discord. Awesome community, guys. Check it out. You're more than welcome to jump on in, check it out. It's free, so if you like it, stick around. If you don't, no harm done. So definitely check it out. There's also some other affiliate links that help out the channel, guys. Definitely check those out. And if anyone wants to dabble into leverage trading, there's a Prime XBT link down there. And if you get a hold of the customer support and give them the promo code Crypto Savvy, they'll give you an extra 20% bonus on what you put in your account. So check that out, and let's get into the video, guys. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market, so don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Then if you tick the notification bell, that'll notify you when I post new videos. And the only other thing I ask of you guys is smash those like buttons, leave your comments, let me know what you think of the video, and if you have any suggestions to improve the videos, I'd like to hear what you have to say about that. So let's get into the video. All right, looking at Litecoin on the daily, we have my targets here. This is looking at this as a cup and a handle. The target is around the 180 range. I also have drawn in here a rising broadening wedge, the two yellow lines, and my target, more immediate target, is 157, and I do believe we're going to be hitting that soon. And we'll go into the smaller time frame and look at the targets after that. But first, I want to get into the RSI and see what's going on here. As you can see, we were following this rising channel that we had a bear trap right here, pop back in it. And we're in a falling channel now, which I believe we're getting ready to pop out of. Looks like if you look at the RSI here, looks like we're creating a bull flag, and I believe we're going to pop up out of this channel and have our next move up. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's look at the 4 hour. Now, if we look at the 4 hour, we were in a big falling channel, and we had a falling wedge, broke out of that into a falling channel, broke out of that into another falling channel, and the same thing again. And now we're in another one, and I have this line drawn in here, and this, looking at this as a falling wedge that we've broken out of right here. So I definitely think, you know, we're coming up to at least test the top of this channel again, this falling channel here. Let's look at the price action and see what's going on. As you can see, I've drawn a bull flag in here. And we've got some measured moves off that, guys. I do have these two trend lines drawn in here off of these wicks down here, and then these wicks over here, which we're getting resistance off this one. If we do blow through this one, I believe we're headed up to here. I do believe this is a bull flag here. If we look at it in the RSI, that is the falling wedge that we've broken out of, which also would be a breakout of this bull flag. So I do believe we're definitely headed up from here. Now, if we do come up and then, you know, get resistance here and come back down, we're looking for support off the top of this bull flag, which is going to be around 133. And if that doesn't hold, our next line of support is going to be around the 128. And guys, I am bullish here. I do believe we're going to continue up, but I do like to take a look at the bearish scenario, so, you know, we know what to look out for. So like I said, around the 128 maybe, coming down. If that breaks, then we're looking at falling to the bottom of this, the bottom of this rising broadening wedge here. I do want to go back and take a look at the higher targets real quick, guys. Show you how I got them. Like I said, this 180 is from the cup and handle here, which is a measured move here. And if we were to break out, if we're going up to this 157, which I believe we are, and we were to break out from there, my next target's around the 260 range, somewhere in there. That's where I'm at with that. But let's go back to the 4 hour now and look at the more immediate price action and my targets and why I have my targets there. All right, so like I said, this is looking like a bull flag here that we've broken out of. And if we do a measured move of just the flag, that gets us up to that 157 range, which is, like I said, my next target, more immediate target. And then we can look at this as the flag pull here, and the measured move off that from the breakout is that 168, which we've been watching forever, for months. So still headed towards that target, in my opinion. Now the other measured move I have is looking at this whole thing here as a flag pull, and this being the bull flag, and the measured move off of that, guys, would be up to our $180 range, which is also our cup and handle target. So everything's pointing up here, guys. I do believe we're going to continue up, but like I said, definitely watch the top of this bull flag, and if that breaks, you know, then start looking at this trend line here. I am going to start making some videos of how to set up your trading view account, and you know, some other tutorials. I will do it later as I have time. I've been very busy. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I will try to fit that in there for you guys. But that's where I'm at with that. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. And the measured move of 96, which I have been targeting for quite some time now, since we broke out of this rising wedge here, looking at the two yellow trend lines. And the measured move off that is just measuring where it broke out from the width. And that gets me up to the 9600, which I am still looking for. And so you guys know, I've been in longs since 7600, and that's where I plan on closing my longs. That's not to say we don't continue up, which I think we're gonna. I'm just gonna close my longs there, reevaluate, and probably enter some more, seeing how this area reacts. We could, you know, get some heavy resistance here and come down, or blow through and test the top of this rising channel that we've been watching. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's look at the RSI and see what that's telling us. So we're in the daily RSI now. We had this rising wedge, which we popped out of here. And as you can see, we popped out of this falling wedge, came up, tested the bottom of that rising wedge, got rejected, and now we've tested the top of this falling wedge that we broke out of again. It looks like we're headed up. Let's look at the 4 hour, see if that gives us any more. All right, so here's the 4 hour. We had this falling channel here we broken out of, and looked like a broadening wedge forming. And I went off these two peaks, or these two lows here in the RSI, and I do believe we probably can move this down to this one here, and I believe we're gonna have one more push up. But definitely watch this. If this RSI falls through here, we're probably coming down to test the bottom of this old channel, possibly further. But like I said, I'm still bullish here. I do believe we're going to continue up from here, and we'll look at the price action and see what that's telling us. All right, so I do want to discuss the bearish scenario first. Looks like we're in another rising channel in here. Before I show you that, I want to show you one more thing. If you look at the old rising channel that we broken out of here, we broke out of that back over here in May, towards the end of May. And if you look here, I want to show you guys something. If you look here, if you believe in fractals, check this one out. This kind of looks like a reverse cup and handle, but it came to the top of this wedge and you know, or I'm sorry, it came to the top of this channel and broke through. And if you look over here, this is forming the exact same pattern. And I do believe it's possible that we're gonna, obviously, I believe we're gonna probably break through this channel the same way we did this, and it's gonna be some serious fireworks. As you guys know, I believe 100% that we're in a parabolic bull market, and this is going to be an awesome year for crypto. I do suggest If you're trading, do not use your whole portfolio. Don't get caught with your pants down. This thing can go crazy at any time. Just a disclaimer so you guys know, definitely if you are trading, don't use your whole portfolio and use risk management. Yeah, don't end up hurting yourself in this market, because it is, like I said, I do believe it is parabolic and very bullish, and anything can happen at any minute. So looking at the rising channel here that I have drawn in, we got 2 touches of resistance on the top, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of support on the bottom. As you guys know, I like to use my EMAs, and my EMAs look like they're trying to support here. The area to watch would be around this, let's see, right around the 89-80 range. If that breaks, then, you know, we'd be looking for support at, again, discussing the bearish scenario. Even though I'm bullish here, I do want to point out that it is possible that, like I said, look for the 89-80 area. If that does break, then we're most likely coming down to test this 55 EMA on the 4-hour, and that'd be around 8,700. If that was the break, we'd be looking towards the bottom of the channel at the 81-85 range. Now, if this rising channel breaks, guys, then the lowest, this actually would be moving up. Let me say we broke down over here, we would be going towards the 6,600 to 7,000 range. That's the absolute worst case scenario in my opinion. I'll show you that in the gold daily chart in the end. But I do believe we are headed up from here, and if we take a measured move, say we broke out of the channel around in this area, you know, we could be looking at the 10,200 range. Also, we could look at this as a bull flag forming here, and this is a flag pull. Once we get above, and if we break out of this rising channel, guys, I believe it is going to be serious fireworks. And if you look, let me zoom out a little bit. If you look here, this is descending volume, and that usually happens in a pattern before a breakout. And I believe that's this pattern here, which is the rising wedge. And like I said, I believe we're going to be continuing up from here. The top of this wedge, if we were to go up straight up now, is around the 10,000 range, give or take $100. If we do break that, I do believe that this top will become support, and we're going to continue up from there. Now we'll take a look at my higher targets. Looking at this as a flag pull, and this being a big bull flag, if we broke out, the measured target is around the 12,400, 12,500 range. And as that goes on, you know, we could go a lot higher, and we would just follow the charts and figure it out from there. But the other measured move would be the width of this channel, and putting it to where we broke out would be around 12,000. So as of now, if we break up out of this, if we break 10,000, we're headed up to 12,000 to 12,500 at least, in my opinion. So that's where I'm at with that, guys. And if we were to break down from there, like I said, you know, it could be way over here. We could get our rejection and then come back down, break down out of here, and that brings us to the very worst case scenario, which I do not believe is going to happen. So let's look at the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart. And my target for the end of the year is 47,000 at least. I think I'm being conservative there. But again, guys, this is my own opinion. Definitely do your own due diligence and your own research and come up with your own conclusion. So we're going to take a look at, I've drawn trend lines from each peak of this, from the all-time high down to where it broke out or broke down, where we had capitulation at 6,000. From each peak, I drew a trend line, and you'll see when we zoom in, each trend line became resistance. Break through the resistance, it became support. Take a good look at this pattern here, because I do believe a pattern is a pattern. And show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. There's some big news coming very, very soon, in my opinion. Been talking about this for quite a while now. And let's look at the gold chart. Take a good look at this chart. Let's look at the gold chart, and you can see what happened in gold when it was in the same pattern. And if you check it out. There is two bottoms. We touched bottom of this trend line twice before the big move up. Also, I want to point out this trend line here coming from the first peak over in the last bull market, and it became support all the way through the bear market until we broke down at 6,000. We've broken above that again. I do believe that'll hold as heavy support if we were to go back down, and that's worst case scenario, guys. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna, but we're around the $6,600-$6,700 range if we were to come down and test this. So keep that in mind. But I do believe, I don't believe we're going to be testing that. Like I said, if you look at each one of these lines, they were resistance. Once we broke through, they became support. Excuse me. Now let's take a look at the gold chart. Same thing. I drew this line in here from the old bear market in gold, and we had this blue line was our support, and then became resistance. We broke through, it became support again, and you can see what happened after that. Now right in here, the gold ETF was approved, and that's right in the same area. You zoom in a little bit. It's right in the same area we're at now with the gold chart. Same exact pattern, guys. Obviously it's not going to be 100% exact, but it's the same pattern. So I am expecting huge news here anytime. Could be ETF, you know, I know we have backed coming and stuff, but, and that could be it, but I believe it's probably going to be much bigger. We have to kind of wait and see, but there's definitely something happening here and something going to happen. But, whoops, let me go back into this. I did want to point out, you know, we had two touches on that bottom trend line, just like we did here in Bitcoin, and you can see what happened with Bitcoin, and I believe we're about to have just an enormous, awesome bull run. So, you know, a lot of people are saying we have to correct. I don't believe I mean, obviously, we're going to have corrections, guys. There's going to be corrections the whole way up, just like there was back here. You know, we had corrections the whole way up, but it was just an amazing bull run. And I think this bull run is going to absolutely dwarf this bull run. We're going to look at this as a small bull run. Let's look at the RSI. This is pretty interesting if you haven't seen it. We'll look at the weekly, and we started looking at this in January. We drew these lines in there in January. You can go back and check the videos, but this is a 2013 bull market. I drew this trend line in here, and this is the bear market following the bull market. We had two touches of resistance on this trend line and broke through, started the bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market, same trend line, two touches of resistance before starting the bull market. We're full bore in the bull market, guys. I don't care what anybody says. That's what I truly believe. Let's look at the monthly RSI. I have these two arcs drawn in here. As you can see, this is the 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a new low in the RSI, and we had four of them before the bull market began. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. Each one of the arrows represents a new low in the RSI, and started the bull market. The only difference is, guys, this is going to be a lot quicker arc. So I don't know. If you enjoyed the video, guys, definitely click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And I appreciate you guys stopping in. And definitely share the video if you like it. Get it out there. This channel is growing fast, super fast. I really appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you guys. I do make these videos for you. All I ask that you share it, get the word out, and yeah, that's about it. I will see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.